And I thought, frankly, I thought the oil prices would go up more, and I thought the stock market would go down more. Hasn't been nearly as severe as I thought. I think they have confidence in maybe the American president and maybe the people sitting around this table.
How much longer do you think we're going to be in this winter for?
I think the crypto winter is going to, it's either ended already or it's going to, the latest is April. So I think we're almost through the winter.
Love that. Well, I hope you're right, Tom.
When spring comes, crypto spring comes, right?
I think the interface through which we will leverage AI is going to be camera-based. I think there's a very good likelihood that we fast forward 12 months out and we're sort of all wearing cameras, and almost everything that we're doing is being recorded from these cameras. It's really cool, right? Because it feeds into our AIs, and it's helpful. It gives a lot of great context. But I think just once everyone realizes, that they're being recorded by AI, almost 24/7, I think that that's going to be one of the inflection points where people start to really demand much more privacy.
Even on the institutional security side, the one thing that we wanted to talk about today is turning on our dark pools, so our trajectory cross, to support tokenized equities by the end of 2026. So this is happening this year. There's a lot of activity in all divisions, and we'll continue to power through 26 and then more to come in 27.
We're going to have tremendous workforce availability. We're also going to have robots helping us. We're going to have a lot of robots helping us because we need it. And because we're going to town, we're building a lot between the AI and the auto plants. So we're going to need robots. We're going to have robots, but that's going to help us.
Robots hold steady hands in the operating room, and drones are redefining the future of war. Innovations of first-generation humanoids, factory automation, and autonomous vehicles have surged from private sector investment. Every one of these advancements is powered by AI. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction.
Maybe crypto is actually built for the machines and we didn't even know it. And AI can easily handle private keys and easily understands transaction hashes and how all this stuff works. It is money that is built for computers, even before the computers to intelligently handle it were built. So I find that interesting. And, perhaps those of us who were involved in crypto pre-AI were kind of just getting the ground ready for the AI systems to have a fully developed financial system handed to them, for better or worse.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology.
And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stable coins to do that.
I think stable coins could reinforce dollar supremacy, because with stable coins could end up being one of the largest buyers of U.S. treasuries or T-bills. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, if you are using a stable coin in Nigeria that's backed by the US dollar, you don't actually have to have dollars. It's on your phone. You can transact.
We are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stable coins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. treasuries and treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about 300 billion right now. We will take a close look at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stablecoins, and new payment systems.
The Department of Commerce is going to start issuing its statistics on the blockchain because you are the crypto president, and we are going to put out GDP on the blockchain so people can use the blockchain for data distribution, and then we're going to make that available to the entire government so all of you can do it. We're just ironing out all the details so we can do it.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you can reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
If we could tokenize all our ETFs, all $5.3 trillion of our ETFs, and provide that in a digital wallet, you could seamlessly, without fees, going from a digital currency or a stable coin or whatever that may be in your digital wallet and buy bond or stocks. And I believe that is going to be the future.
I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks. It's coming. And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization every bond and stock is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And I give you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. But because I give you the truth, you hate me. But remember, I'm just a watchman on the wall. And in 2026, it will be the beginning of global mass layoffs and the rise of the machines. Remember, 2026 to 2029, we are going to be on a wild ride. And we have the sheep sleep. They stay distracted on things that don't matter. My people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And that's because they're willfully ignorant. But they don't have long until reality is going to hit them in the face. And in 2026, we get crypto clarity before the midterms. And starting in 2027, the Hegelian dialectic is back. The divide and conquer, Democrat versus Republican. And they're going to ride it into the fourth industrial revolution. And since we have the genius bill, universal basic income is right around the corner, 2028, 2029. But we got China paying interest on their CBDC while the United States has no interest. And remember, that's a plan that moves in phases. And in the first quarter, I always tell you we're going to get a pullback, but this year, because Japan is on the move, I see a pullback in the first and second quarter. And that's the reason why we got two repo operations. We got the Fed buying treasuries, the front end $40 billion worth until April, plus the Treasury manipulating that long end of the yield curve because no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And yes, finances is boring, but when you understand what's going on, it's the most entertaining thing in the world because it's unbelievable how the sheep fall for it. And that's the reason why they don't teach finances in school. Now we have the Supreme Court is going to let us know the decision on these tariffs. Either way is going to be bad, but one is long-term, one is short-term. If they have to pay the money back, of course, that's short-term. But if tariffs stay on, that's going to be long-term inflation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And since the Fed is cutting and Japan is raising, we have $8 trillion sitting in these money market accounts, and that money is going to leave and find yield. And in 2027, that's going to trigger a collapse of this legacy market, and Democrats are going to play the blame game on Republicans. And by that time, of course, we'll have Jerome Powell with a rolled off in the sun. They printed 80% of all money in existence in 2 years, destroying the dollar, creating all this inflation, and then also destroying the legacy market, so therefore they can bring in the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And they did all this under Trump and Jerome Powell. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And in order to bring in the machines, of course, they need that black swan, that crisis. And that's the reason why we're hearing the drums get louder. We hear the hacks being done by AI, and of course, you got to watch out for the Birdman. So we're going to see distractions being stepped up, movie after movie, while they move in the machines. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids' books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back slightly. We know CME opens tonight. We know it's going to move the market. And then once yield rates start moving in the morning, we know it's going to move the market again. And today is Sunday, and we know we're going to get entertainment. We got the drums are beating, so we know Trump is going to say something tonight. There is now confirmed news that we have troops on the ground there. So the drums are about to get louder. And then we also had several reports, not making the mainstream media, but several reports that troops have been injured. And because the mainstream media is so watered down, we're not getting a whole lot of facts unless you're getting on social media and you're seeing regular citizens post. But because the algorithm is being controlled, it's not getting to the top like normal. So now you have to go in and search. Remember, when it comes to the truth, you got to search for it. And remember, the crypto teacher tells you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the extra indicators. We had yield rates, the front end down, the very long end up. We know no one wants that long-term paper, and we know the Fed has come in to help manipulate the front end of these yields. We had the dollar move back up because we see oil prices have become very volatile due to the drums are beaten. And guys, remember, this is a plan and moves in phases. And then we have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, we have the Fed. Repo close to 1 billion. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And then we know the Treasury is buying the front end of these yields, $40 billion a month to help manipulate. And we'll see after April if they're going to come in to help with liquidity. And then we also know the Treasury is manipulating that long end because they know no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And just like last year, the Treasury had to roll over $10 trillion, and this year it's the same. And we took a beating at the end of last year, and once this voting is over, we know they're going to start pulling that rug. And in 2027, they get a chance to go back hard on that Hegelian dialectic. But the mainstream media is not going to bring up this $10 trillion until we get towards the end of the year, same way they did last year. And because we have so many distractions now, no one is going to care. But these oil prices are definitely about to raise inflation globally. And we're seeing travel change so quickly by the hidden hand. And we know who's behind this. That's right, the central banks. But April is going to be a very interesting month. And I'll be putting out a short Patreon video today. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs were down at close on Friday. So was XRP, Solana, Chainlink, and Doge. And we see BlackRock's Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF get sell-offs. But guys, we know when we get inflows and when we get outflows, it hasn't changed yet. And even though the crypto prices have been pulling back, we're seeing more big corporations and more banks entering into the space because it's time to build. And while prices are going down, that's when people should be accumulating. But we know that's when they run for cover. They don't buy until things start going back up. Not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But we've seen the movie before. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have 2 injective ETFs submitted by Canary Capital and 21 shares now pending SEC review. And we still have plenty of altcoin ETFs that are pending SEC approval. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Elizabeth Warren, of course, coming in with the Hegelian dialectic probing Bitmain over U.S. security concerns. And this is a Chinese crypto mining giant. And this is how you know it's nothing but the Hegelian dialectic. Remember, China has nothing to do with crypto, has nothing to do with mining. But we know the emerging markets led by China as leading this digital economy. And don't forget, China led the hash rate for a long time. And then, of course, in 2021, they said there was a ban, which I don't believe. But then you had United States, number 1, Russia, number 2. But no one talks about all the Bitcoin that China accumulated all that time they were controlling Bitcoin mining. And that wasn't for a reason. They just didn't happen to control the space. It was for a bigger plan, and of course, that's for the fourth industrial revolution. And that plan is about to unfold right in front of our eyes. And lastly, speaking of the plan, it's the rise of the robots, the rise of the machines. And like the gentleman stated, everything is going to be recorded. And privacy is definitely going to be the new gold. I don't care what state you're in. Now you see all these stores. As soon as you walk in, you got cameras, you got the big screen, and then you add in AI, this quantum computing. They'll know everything that you did all day. And we've seen this in the movies. And what did the people do in the movies? That's right, wear a hat and some glasses. Guys, you can't make it up because we are definitely living a movie. And these drums are beating are set up for the simulation in order to ride us inside this new digital economy. And it's not like we can't see it. We see the supply chain being switched up. We're now seeing energy being attacked, the food supply being attacked with the fertilizer. We see all this right in front of our eyes. Us going to a cashless society, robots taking over, universal basic income coming in. And what are the people doing? That's right, watching TV and watching March Madness. You can't make it up. We're just reliving history. And what have we learned from history? No one learns from history. And that means my people are going to perish from the lack of knowledge because they had rejected. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.